I am live. Screen is not stuck. I'll just jump right in uh, to Boot.dev. Boot.dev. Yep, we are learning Linux, and now today we have to start input and output, and then packages. How we can download packages. Yesterday we ended here. Read the friendly manual. RTFM. Read the friendly manual. The man command is short for manual. It is a program that displays the manual for other programs. I know that manuals and documentation can feel intimidating. Heck, that's why there are courses like this one to give you a gentler introduction. That said, manuals and documentations will become more useful to you as you become a more experienced developer. They are not as scary as they seem when you actually take the time to read them. Yep, they are pretty useful. Using man, the man command will only work for programs that it has a manual for, but most built-in commands and Unix programs are supported. You just pass the name of the command as an argument. The most intuitive place to start, of course, is reading the manuals, man. Yep. And that is an RFC, request for comments, and shit, that is a lot of clutter. Let me just close that. And yep, my other stream is going amazing, like literally amazing. In which I am trying to make a YouTube app which can show me my chats because I don't want to open my chats with the video stream also incoming. Man, description. Name man oppose. What is displays apropos? What is display online manual documentation pages? The man utility finds and displays online manual documentation pages. If man sect is provided, man section is provided, man restricts the search to the specific section of the manual. That makes sense. The sections of the manuals are general command manuals, system calls manuals. I can find system call manuals. Okay, right. That is cool. Searching. Most people don't just read man for fun. Most often, the manual is used as a reference to quickly look up usage of or special flags. You can search for text in the manual by pressing the mm, division key and typing your search, then pressing enter. Let's try to look up what the R flag does for the ls command. Uh-huh. Right, man ls slash R, this R, and enter. Yep. Reverse the order of the sort. Reverse the order of the sort. Okay. If I do this, then I see this, and if I do this, then I see the opposite sort, whatever the sort it was using originally. Originally, it had dash -e in the start. Now it has dash -e in the end. That is cool. And I guess the order is not left to right like normal reading. It is top to bottom, like this, like this. So therefore it is going like this, from bottom to up and right to left. Assignment. As a system person, the grep command will be your best friend. It has a lot of power, but it can be little confusing to use. Open the grep manual. You will notice that the manual is an interactive session. Page through the less Yep, page through the manual with the spacebar and quit with Q. Read the first couple of paragraphs of the grep manual and answer the question. Man, grep. Shit. How do I go up faster? Okay. Grep synopsis is this, and description. The grep utility searches for any given input files, selecting lines that match one or more patterns. By default, a pattern matches an input line if the regular expression RE in the pattern matches the input line without its trailing new line. An empty expression matches every line. Each input line. Okay. grep is used, and I have to tell what the -v command does. Yep, it gives me the version. Capital V gives me the displays the version and information, and small v invert match. Selected lines are those not matched. Okay, that is cool. This is small v, so selects non-matching lines. Yep, that is the one. Now it is the same. Among these, which option is incorrect? R, yep, R is recursive. Yep. T test, I ignore case, and C count. T test, T is not here, it seems. T test, yep, R is recursive, and it was C and C count. R recursive and I. C count, R recursive. Okay, do not use mouse. R recursive, C count is C count, yep, C is count, and I should be ignore case then. I is ignore case, so the answer here is T test. Test is nothing. Flags. As you have already seen in this course, some commands accept flags. Flags are options that you can pass to a command to change its behavior. For example, the ls command can take an L flag to show long lists of files with this, right? Or a command to show hidden files, or a L command to show long files in with the hidden files included. Conventions. Whether or not a command takes flags and what those flags are is up to the developer of the command. That said, there are some common conventions. Single character flags are prefixed with a single dash, like dash and then a character. Multi-character flags are prefixed with two dashes, like L. Sometimes the same flag can be used with a single or double dash, like this or this. Assignment: you have found that some files have been tampered with. To figure out which one it is, you need to know the number of bytes contained in each file. You need to figure out the number of bytes contained in each file. Use the word count command, WC, to count the number of words and the number of bytes in the World Bank PR ideas.txt. Okay, and I have to use the man command to figure out how WC works. Right? Man WC. Okay. Word count. Uh-huh. The word count, and then the flags like this, and then file. Wcount utility displays the number of lines, words, and bytes. Lines, words, and byte. Lines is like literally lines. Words are words, that is words. The command is word count, and then the number of bytes, that is 8 bits contained in each input file. In each input file or standard input, that is if I do not provide an input file and I literally provide a string or something. If no file is specified to the standard output. A line is defined as a string of characters delimited by a new line. Characters beyond the final new line will not be included in the line count. A word is defined as a string of characters delimited by white space characters. White space characters are the set of characters for which the is w space 3 function returns true if more than one input file is specified. A line of cumulative counts for all the files is displayed on a separate line after the output of the file. Right? If more than one input file is specified, a line of cumulative count is specified. Okay. So I have to go. Which file was I doing this whole process in? Fuck. Programming and CD courses. Yep. And LSCD Boot.dev, LSCD World Bank, and inside World Bank I have to see in public PR ideas. So WC public PR ideas. Yep. And there seems to be 1098 bytes, 12 line, and 182 words. So if I were to cat that file, I would see 12 lines. It seems like 12 lines. Now, moving to the next lesson in this chapter, positional arguments. Programming languages have functions, and functions take arguments. For example, this Python function takes two arguments, x, p, and level. Yep, and it prints the xp and level. It can then be called with two arguments, print player 20, 100, and 2. Mhm. In a shell command, in a shell, commands programs can also take arguments. For example, the cd command takes a single argument, the directory to change to cd. All right, takes two arguments, the directory to change to, and what would the other argument it take? Yes, it takes only a single argument. On the other hand, other commands might take multiple arguments. For example, the mv command takes two arguments, the file to move and the destination to move it to. Right. Assignment: take a look inside the World Bank directory. Use the cat command to do this. Yeah, that is pretty easy. And yep, help command. By convention, most production ready CLI have a help option that prints information about how to use the tool. It's usually accessed with one of the following: with help, with a full flag or a single dash and H character, or with help as the first argument. The help output the help output is often easier to parse than a full man page. It is usually more of a quick start guide than a full manual. Assignment: you need to make some network requests as a part of this audit. You want to make sure that this machine you are auditing only has access to authorized systems. To make those requirements, you will need to know how to use curl. It is a CLI tool that lets you make network requests from the command line. Print out the help manual for curl and paste the commands you used to print the menu, not to print the menu, not the menu itself into the input field. All right. So to print the menu, I would have to do this cat um, the man manual of curl, put it, pipeline it into cat. Right. That is it. Yep, that seems correct. Cat and right. I can even do curl h help curl. It takes options and then URL. This is not the full help page, and yeah, that's cool. Next, exit codes. Exit codes, sometimes called return codes or status codes, are how programs communicate back whether they ran successfully or not. 0 is the exit code for success. Any other exit code is an error. 9 times out of 10, if a non-zero error code is returned, meaning an error, it will be 1, which is catch-all error code, which is the catch-all error code. Programs that call other programs use error codes uh, to figure out if execution was successful. For example, if the Boot.dev server program exits with a non-zero exit code, we have another program that will automatically restart it and log the error. In a shell, you can access the exit code of the last program you ran with the question mark variable. For example, if you run, okay, this is how I print the error code. For example, if you run a program that exits with a non-zero error code, you can see what it was with the echo command like that. Right, so if I were to do just any command ls and then see echo dollar question mark, error code is 0. Right, and assignment: commands will run the warn sh script without setting the two environment variables warn message and warn from name. Run the error code to see error. Right. Where is the warn sh? Bin warn sh. All right, sh private bin warn sh. That should be an error code. Echo print error code is 69. That is some error. World Bank warning: from this warn message is not set exiting with error. Now, next lesson in this chapter, standard output. Mhm. Shit, I am actually stupid. Um, but not because of that. This I had downloaded a music file to play. Yep. Unknown album is unknown. Yep. Open music in the background. I don't know why this is here due to some reason. I literally have no idea. I, that much sound is okay. If you guys can hear it, not see it, but maybe I should reduce it a bit. It might be too loud for you, or maybe I can increase it for myself and reduce it for you, like that. That should be about fine for you. I don't know. Ah, standard output. You might not even know it yet, but you are already a pro at using standard output. You have been using it since you started the first exercise in this course. Standard output, usually called standard out or std out, is the default place where programs print their output. It is just a stream of data that prints to your terminal, but we will talk later about how it can be redirected to other places. All programming languages have a simple way to print to standard output. In Python, it is called the print function. In Shell, it is called the echo function. Assignment: use grep command to print all the lines in the word bank. This file that contains the word Marshall to standard output. In this grep .csv, and the word is, I think that is wrong. I think the string comes before and then, yeah, grep Marshall and then csv, then the file grep Marshall world bank. All right, I am actually stupid. Grep Marshall shall private transactions 2020.csv, and there are no files with that. And why is that an error? Dollar question mark one. That is an error. Grep Marshall private transactions 2020 CSV, and again an error, and the error code is 1. Maybe there is no file like that. Copy the output in the text and submit the answer. Cat private transactions 2020. There are quite a few transactions. Isn't there any Marshall? And private transactions 2020, and look for, okay, my Marshall spelling for Marshall was wrong. Marshall, and M is capital. Grep RSHAL private transactions 2020. That works. Now, next lesson. Standard error, usually called STER, is a data stream just like standard output, but is intended to be used for error messages. A stream that is intended to be used for error messages, that is, everything in it is stored in a buffer, and that buffer is displayed on the terminal screen. And standard error and standard output go to the same terminal screen. And yes, to appear on the terminal screen, there must be a terminal stream buffer which stores everything that is on the terminal screen. It is a separate stream so that you can redirect it to a different place if need be, but by default it prints to your terminal just like a standard out. Redirecting streams. You can redirect standard output and standard error to different places using this, and this redirects standard output and this to and arrow redirects standard error. Redirect standard out to a file. This will go to hello.txt. Yep. And redirecting standard error does not exist.txt to standard error.txt. That is cool. Echo hello world into and hello.txt. Well, that will of course work. And hello does not, well, not echo, but cat does not exist.txt. Send it to error.txt, and cat does not exist. Right. To send in standard error, I have to write to. That should work. Cat error.txt. Cat does not exist. And if I do wc, just no reason at all, wc, and I see it takes up 46 bytes, 7 words, and 1 line. And if I were to give in multiple files to that, then I should see multiple things. That is cool. Assignment. That is cool. Yeah, I got this. Got this. Standard in. If there is a standard output, there must be a standard in, right? Yep. Usually called standard in or stdin is the default place where programs feed their input. It is just a stream of data that programs can read from as they run. All major programming languages provide a simple way to read from standard in Python. It's the simple input function. And wait, I remember that ls. I created a folder named my bin or something. cd my, yep, my bin. And if I were to do at any place in my terminal, if I were to go hello, it will print hello world because I added the path to my bin. I added the path to my bin to my standard path that the terminal looks in, right? All major programming languages, the input function, it takes inputs from the standard input. That is cool, and we are skipping the assignment. Pipelining. Yep. Kill Unix philosophy. Unix philosophy, 2 chapters on Unix philosophy. Piping. One of the most beautiful things about the shell is that you can pipe the output of one program into the input of another program. With this one simple concept, you can run incredibly powerful automation tasks. The pipe operator is this, just a line, single standing line. It's the character that looks like a vertical line. It is usually on the same key as the backslash above the enter key. The pipe operator takes the standard out of the program on the left and pipes it into the standard in of the program on the right, which I have done while doing C programming. In the example above, the echo command sends, have you heard the tragedy of death plague the wife? Dart plagues the wise. The music stopped due to some reason. The music did actually stop due to some reason. Yep. Let me put it back. Oh shit, because it is only like 8 minutes long. Shit. And it has been 24 minutes. You guys can hear the music. Can you hear the music, Robert? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. In the example above, the echo command sends, have you heard the tragedy? Yep. However, instead of the text being sent to your terminal in this, yep, it will be sent to the word count. And what is the W flag in word count? I can see man WC and slash dash W. There it is. The number of words in each input file is written to the standard output. Okay, I only get the words. Okay. If I do hello and WC dash W, number of words should have been printed. Hello. Okay, that is not the correct operator. It is this WC and dash W2 because it only has two words. That is cool. Yeah. Next, interrupt. Sometimes the program will get stuck and you will want to stop it. Some common reasons for this are you made a typo in the command and it is not doing what you want. It is trying to access the internet, but you are not connected. It's a process. It's processing too much data and you don't want for it to finish. There is a bug in the program causing it to hang. In these cases, program. You can stop the program by Control C, of course. Yep. This sends a SIGINT signal of interrupt to a signal to the program, which tells it to stop. Assignment inside this malicious and do Control C to stop it. Yeah. Kill. Sometimes the program is in such a bad state or so malicious that it doesn't respond to the SIGINT, which causes the best option is to use another shell session new terminal window to manually kill the program by kill and then PID. PID stands for process ID. Every process that's running on your machine has a unique ID. The PS process status command can be used to list the processes running on your machine using aux. The aux option just means show all processes, including those owned by other users, and show extra information about each process. So aux, ps aux. That is a lot of processes. ps aux and grep for OBS. I should be able to see commands. Yep, OBS commands. This is OBS. What is the PID? I should be able to delete it, but I need to know what. Yep, this is the PID. This is the PID. Wait, if that is the case, then if I were this, I can close this music player. It is literally called music. Can I close it from my terminal? PS aux grep music. Yep, music. That should work. Let me see the headers. For that, I can do ps aux or anything and do head and n2. I just want to see 2 lines or maybe 3 lines at the top. So PID and first is user, therefore this is username, and then the next is PID, therefore this is PID. Amount of CPU that it is taking, nothing. Memory, nothing. And isn't there timer? Yep, this is time is started at 2:34 p.m. Yep, that is about the correct time that it started. So if I were to just do this is amazing. This is going to be crazy. Music and what are the other things? I do not know. Music. Yep. Wait, first a little bit more precaution. Grep I ignore case and music. Right. So there are okay. Right. So that was not the thing that is running the music. One of these is the thing that is running the music, or maybe all of them are running the music. Applications, music.com, macOS music. Yeah, this first one seems like the one that is actually running the music. It is 74109 and 74110 and 74111. It didn't. It did stop. The music did fucking stop. I closed the music player from my terminal, which is crazy. Let me start it again because, of course, Oppenheimer, we have to start it again. Yep, it is on. We cannot skip it. Yep. So this is actually crazy, and I would like to write a program. actually crazy, and I would like to write a program which can do crazy stuff. Yeah, like make my printer a Wi-Fi printer. For that, I would need something like a Raspberry Pi or Arduino or something, a processor. I can install drivers for the printer on that processor and connect it to my own Wi-Fi and then send signals from my laptop to that Wi-Fi and write a program on that motherboard so that it would basically a SSH session or a custom built program to print files. And I can make a, a mobile app to do it more efficiently. That would be cool. Can I do how to jailbreak iPhone? iOS jailbreak, and the first one to do it was George Hotz. Yep. Now the kill command I can kill just like that. And assignment, I guess I have done assignment. Something like the assignment. Unix philosophy. The Unix philosophy is a simple set of principles that have guided the development of Unix-like operating systems for decades. It can be summarized as this: write programs that do one thing and do it well. Write programs to work together. Write programs to handle text streams because that is a universal interface. Write programs that do one thing and do it well. This is why programs like ls, grep, and less exist. They do one thing and they do it well. They don't try to do too much. ls lists files and directories. Grep searches for text. Less displays text. Write programs to work together because, at least according to the Unix philosophy, programs should do one thing and do it well. It is easy to write programs that work together. For example, you can write grep to search for text in a file and then pipe the output of grep into list to display the result interactive, like the strings because this is the interface. This point in this point is more of the previous point. Yeah, programs work together easy when all use the same interface. Text strings. Text string is just a sequence of characters that can be read, or it is just text. Okay, I'm not paying too much attention in this. Harkens this harkens back to the point we talked about at the beginning of this course. The shell is a command line text interface. Text-based interfaces are much more powerful. And okay, this is actually going nowhere because this does not feel challenging enough. I mean, with I do not know everything I said in this course, but this like I know some stuff from here and some stuff from there, so it is not feeling challenging enough, and it does not responding, not making me respond as much as I would like to, and is not feeling interactive enough. Now, which of these not does not follow Unix philosophy? This one, and the which is the more powerful interface, at least from an extendable interoperability standpoint. Top, yeah, that I do not know about. The top command is a powerful tool that allows you to see which program using most do on a computer. Use the top command all the time. I use the top command all the time, both on my local machine and on remote servers to diagnose performance issues. If you are ever opened up the task manager on Windows or activity monitor on Mac OS, top is similar, but for top, right? So these are the resources that are taking the maximum amount of CPU. OBS, yep, OBS is they're getting more than 100% of the CPU, which is crazy. It's crazy. Processes and this many processes are running, and this much many are asleep. 2,600 threads, and you can see threads created by a single process or a single process thread, which is taking about at points mm, double the whatever power the second processor is taking. The second process is taking. What is this? All right, we can move on. This, right, I don't know a lot about packages, so this package is a software tool that helps you install other software. Its primary function is functions include download software from official sources, install software, download software from official sources, install software, update software, remove software dependencies, and you will frequently use package managers to get access to the software you need to get your work done. Right. Downloading software from software. Does downloading a software mean just getting the source code just getting the source code and installing means to mm, to compile that source code to get it running running the for whatever the processor is in is for that machine. But that could cause a problem because companies don't just publish their source code over at the internet. No, not necessarily. Yep. Generally, it means you're getting a pre-compiled binary, an executable file or package that is ready to run. Key difference: downloading, getting the software files from the internet or another source. This could be pre-compiled binary source code. Right, installing, getting the software so that it can run on system. If you download a pre-compiled binary, installing may just invoke running a setup script. If you download the source code, installing, compiling the code, and setting it up. And the music didn't, and I cannot hear the music, Robert. That should make this one run. That is Interstellar. Compilation if needed. Okay, so no compilation is needed. But there are multiple types of processors, but they do ask what is your CPU. Um, I, but there are multiple. It is very low. It is actually very low, or it is lagging. Yeah, now it is a bit fine. Yep, now much better. Yep, but there are multiple types of processors. So, right, so converting the source code into all of these of all the ex into all the executables that the end product could run on is a bit of work when is a bit of work is a bit of work, right, right. Exactly, that is why software developers often provide pre-compiled binaries for common architectures like these. So end users don't have to compile the software themselves. Cross-platform compilation and build systems. Since different processors have different instruction sets, software needs to be compiled specifically for when each native compilation. The source code is compiled directly on the target machine. Example, compiling software on a Mac one for this works well, but requires each user to have a development environment. Cross compilation, compiling software on one machine for a different architecture. Example, compiling on ARM for x86 system requires a cross platform compiler. Right. Okay. Okay. Allows target different architecture. Yeah, that is fine. Go node. Yeah. APT. APT, I do not know. APT or advanced package tool is the primary package manager for Ubuntu. To be fair, you can use other package managers on Ubuntu, but apt is the default and most common. If you are on WSL and Ubuntu, you will you will be using apt. If you are on another Linux system, I pray you already know what package manager you are using. If you are on WSL or Ubuntu, check to make sure you have apt installed by running the following command. Don't think I have apt. Apt. Nope. It is Ubuntu specific. Brew macOS. There isn't a default package manager for macOS. The most popular but unofficial package manager is Homebrew. If you are on macOS and don't have Homebrew installed, you can install it by running the following command: bin bash c. That is, go to the bash, run bash itself. Okay. Uh, why did I have to provide bash? Because I might be using ZSH. Like bash, you can run bash just like that without specifying this, and I can use where bash to see where it is. It is in bin bash. Bin bash with the C command, do this. This means curl f s small s capital S L and then install.sh. Alright. Okay, whatever is the output for this, I want bash to run that script. See the home site for more information. Sudo apt update, sudo apt install, mac install new vim. Yo, other installation methods. I can see man home brew. Is that home brew? Home brew is not a command. Man brew. Brew, the missing package manager for Mac OS or Linux. I can get brew for Linux also. That is cool. Homebrew is the earliest and most flexible way to install the Unix tool Apple didn't include with macOS. It can also install software not packaged for your Linux distribution without requiring sudo. Wait, there was terminology written. Terminology formula, cache, prefix, keg, rack, opt, prefix, correct, and stuff. Now moving on to the next part, next lesson in it. Using new Vim. I've been using Vim for about 2 years now, mostly because I can't figure out how to exit it. That is mm, that is okay. I am a developer. I am developer. I use Vim, by the way. This isn't a course on new Vim. We would need at least 420 more lessons for that. But let's at least figure out how to edit a file and exit the program. Okay, I got this. I got this. Believe me, I got this. Package manager review. apt and brew aren't the only package managers out there. There are many, many more, though they do happen to be two of the most popular, especially on Linux and Mac OS. What other operating systems there are? There is I guess OBS is a separate operating system, and by a separate operating system, I mean it has a separate kernel. It would be crazy if I were to just somehow at maybe one day look at the Linux project on GitHub and understand what it means. It would actually be amazing. Mostly it is written in C. A bit is written in assembly. Shit, which bit is written in assembly? This bit, only the comments, right? Dot ASM, dot ASM, yeah, dot ASM. And what are the other languages? Maybe convert the whole thing into Rust documentation. Uh, Updated just 4 days ago. Okay, documentation for file systems, firmware guide, GPU, file systems. Okay, caching, IO map, NFS, and .rst. Um, a lot of what is .rst? Dot denotify.rst. Next, RST. What is .rst file extension? Restructure, a file format for textual data and primary in the Python programming language community for technical documentation. Okay, like .md file, markdown, something like that. Okay, Linux directory. This is the documentation. Okay, and yep, now just moving on. Package manager. apt and brew aren't the only package manager. Yep. How does the package manager work? When you type a command like apt install new the package manager will check to see if the package is already installed. If it is not installed, it will download the package from a repository. It will install the package on your computer. It will install any dependencies that package needs to run. It will hopefully add the package to your path if it should be there. Good package managers keep track of what packages you have installed and what versions of those packages you have installed. They keep your file system nice and tidy, making sure you haven't installed 10 different instances of the same package or application. For your edification, take a look at where your package manager installed new or your file system. The which command will help. Which and nvim is an opt brew bin and nvim. Let's see, slash opt slash homebrew bin. Okay, that is a lot of things. Lua C, multiple different instances for Lua and Lisma. I'm not using half of these. Never. I'm never going to use like even half of these things. Half empty. Mongo import, Mongo store, Mongo assets, Mongo stat, Mongo top, monitor, monkey runner. What the heck is monkey runner? Monkey runner. What is monkey runner? Error. Brew, remove or uninstall. Uninstall. Wait, let me see the size of it. Size lsl slash opt slash brew slash homebrew and monkey bin. Yep, inside bin monkey runner. It takes up how much space? Okay, with this I want to say make it human readable. H. It says 6 that is not much. But let's see Mongo files. How much space Mongo files takes? Mongo, everything Mongo. Those do not take a lot. And okay, let's do this for all of us. And can I sort them based on their size? And to see that, I'll go to the man command ls, right, and look for sort. which is right here. Sort by size. Yeah, that is what I want. Then ls l L for list, H for human readable, S for sort, largest at the first, and OPD, homebrew, and bin, which is largest was got at the top. Now to reverse the sorting order for which I do V. No, not V. I have to wait, reverse the sorting command. I just saw what it was, right? Let me do it again. Reverse and T. Sending. No, no, that is not it. Is there something else? Slash reverse pattern found. There are two instances sorted by the same number of time. R, right? R, of course. L, human readable, sort, reverse, and do this for opt slash homebrew slash bin. Okay, these apparently take the most. No, that is not sorted out. Literally sorted out to science. No, that is not sorted. The thing is, there is not a single file that takes up MBs. Most of them only take bytes. So that is cool. Or I am literally being stupid and I can just see LH for slash homebrew. How much space homebrew takes? Well, not homebrew, but how much space Python homebrew take? And they're not much. That is fine. So, and the amount of space that the bin file takes is the bin file is this, and it takes 23 kilobytes, which is not much. It is like literally much. How do package managers don't do manage the installation of software and its dependency? That's something that they do. Download software from the internet. That's also something they do. Debug code and it works in the software it manages. That's not what they do. The answer. Web install. Yes, let me explain Webby. Webby is a server which serves shell scripts, and those shell scripts contain scripts which can download software for you. So Webby is not a package manager. Instead, it is a shell script hoster, and the scripts that it hosts can be run on your device and they can install softwares. There's one more package manager, actually more of an N-type manager. I want to introduce you to Webby. Webby lets you install command line actually from the web with no need for a local command like apt or glue. You don't install curl with this. You don't need to install Webby itself at all. Instead, you just run a shell command that runs the tool's official installer script. Let's install LSD. Wait, LSD? Acid. LSD, a modern version of LS. Uh-huh. It's essentially if you're using WSL and Linux, you should for the Linux instructions. Okay, go Webby and look for LSD Deluxe entry. Wait, shit, that is a script. Well, it is a shit. To look for how can I look for something? Webby, Webby, LSD, curl S small s means something and big S also means something, and give that to the sh command, and then source config emb man path.e for Mac was same for Linux, and for Windows is different option. Right, man curl. That is pretty cool that I can just do this using the man command and see what some things are. So it will not print anything that happens. So that is cool. And capital S is here, which means show error. Okay, so I can just do without it. Curl http web sh dot lst this and pass it on to sh. That is printing, and if I were to use small s, I would not see this all of this, and if I were to do capital S, I would not see the errors. Now, is it in my path LSD? It is in my path. Nope. I want to run LSD. Right. It says question mark. LSD. Readiness. Yeah, that is good. And ls. Well, LSD is printing them in a C line, so that is cool, I guess. So now I know a bit about Ruby and not a note on security. As a generally, it is smart to purchase a script from the internet directly into your terminal because that script could do malicious things. That said, as long as you are doing it via HTTPS, which you are, and you trust source in this case, web install.dev is not a big. It is not as big of a concern if you want to hear more edition of the band podcast. Like it. So this is cool. I can just send a friend of mine a link to a shell script and that will run on their laptop and I can make bad things happen to their laptop. I can get a SSH connection to it. And at this point, in Boot.dev, you have written your browser header now, and you have used a standalone terminal. Now, their work inside the terminal and use a terminal editor like but our developers go to the hybrid GUI terminal and center VS Code. Yeah, I can use VS Code. Some other RZ I actually switched to Z from VS Code recently. It doesn't work on Windows and WSL. Yeah, and yeah, these are some popular terminals. Yeah, that is and that is it for Linux. Now we can move to Linux, which I have done. So I'll not be doing that. I've already done it. And if I want to understand something, I can just go there and understand it. So we will be only 3 chapters. It is a guided local client application that use the real tools that developers use every day. This might be challenging enough. You build a real command application that does data analysis on text for rather entire novels like Frankenstein, Novick, or Pride and Prejudice will be read through. I have read Pride and Prejudice. I have Frankenstein. I have not read Moby Dick by Charles Dickens. Charles Dickens, right? Melville, right? You read through the steps of a surviving environment